Greetings everyone. So now we are going to discuss about the life cycle of fern. Although there are many varieties in the class Felicynophyta, we are just going to take a basic example with some basic features of life cycle of fern. Example of ferns are many: Adiantum, Terrace, Pteridium, and we have Terrace, Pteridium, Adiantum, Dryopteris. All of these are examples of ferns. Now, um all of these have some basic characteristics which are quite similar, which we are going to discuss in this life cycle. Now, but first, as we discuss about the sporophytic generation, the sporophytic generation is basically having what we call as the sporophytic generation. Alright, so in the sporophytic generation, we have already discussed that they are having roots which are, again, they have adventitious roots, apart from which they've got fronds and sorus, and uh, these are having ratchets as well. So when it comes to the structure of ratchets, the ratchets are quite shiny, due to which we call these ferns as maiden hair fern, because maiden hair are quite shiny, due to which we call, due to this reason, Adiantum as maiden hair fern. We are basically discussing Adiantum life cycle. So due to this reason, these are considered as maiden hair fern. Now, when it comes to the sorus basically is having the sporangia, inside which we are having a mother cell, spore mother cell, and that spore mother cell causes to produce haploid spores by means of meiosis, as a result of which, when meiosis occurs, within the sporangium, the spore mother cell produces the spores. Now, within the sporangium, the structure is a bit different than the structures we have studied previously of the sporangium, such that the sporangium is basically made up of two major types of cell. It has a biconvex shape, a biconvex capsule like shape is there, biconvex capsule like shape is there. One more thing that I like to highlight over here is that sorus is green in color when it is young, but when it matures, it causes to turn brown colored. As if you may see in the diagram, the sporangium present over here is brown colored rather than green colored, which indicates that it is ready for bursting itself, and taking out all the spores and for dispersal, and is ready to burst itself. So in that sense, if that is brown color, it means that it is mature. Now, biconvex brown colored sporangium is there, and that is basically made up of several types of cells, two major types of cells. Two major types of cells are there. Two major types of cells are there, which are named as annulus and stromium. Two major types of cells are there which are named as annulus and stromium. When it comes to annulus, annulus is the cell which is having their inner and radial walls as quite thick, while when it comes to stomium, it is having its inner radial walls as thinner. Annulus is present on 75% of the sporangium is covered with annulus, or 3 upon 4 per fourth of um, the sporangium is covered with annulus, while 1/4 is covered with stomium. Now, stomium is a site from where the sporangium bursts. How does it occur? We are going to discuss here. Let's suppose the spore mother cell has repeatedly divided meiotically and has produced many spores. Now, when spores are produced within the sporangium, it causes to increase the dry mass within the sporangium. As a result of increasing dry mass within the sporangium, the sporangium causes to um, become more denser. As it starts to become denser, as it starts to become denser, it causes to exert pressure on the annulus and the cells which surround annulus and stomium. And now, when there is dry weather, in dry weather, the cells of annulus contract, because in dry weather there is already a loss of water, due to which the cells of annulus cause to contract in dry weather due to loss of water, due to which when annulus cell contract in dry weather with a huge amount of dry mass present within the sporangium, it causes the annulus to exert pressure over the sporangium, due to which it causes the pressure to be transmitted towards the stomium region. Let's suppose this is the stomium region. Let's suppose this is a stomium region, right? So if annulus when annulus contracts itself in the dry weather, it causes to exert pressure on the spores, due to which the stomium, being thin walled, is then bursted as a result of exceeding pressure over the walls of stomium, as these are thinner as well, due to which, not being able to resist it, the site from where the spores come out is known as stomium, which bursts, as a result of which the spores are dispersed. As you may see in the diagram as well, the spores are dispersed over here, and these spores now develop into young gametophyte. When it comes to the structure of gametophyte, it is autotrophic, small, flat, and heart-shaped structure. As you may see in the diagram as well, this is a heart-shaped structure um, of the gametophyte, such that on the anterior end we have got a notch. On anterior end we have got a notch, or in other words, on the anterior end there is a notch or a depression present, which is a point from where the growth occurs. While when it comes to the diameter of this notch, it is around 8 millimeter at its top diameter, alongside which on the posterior end we are having several individual rhizoids, unicellular rhizoids, which are used for anchorage to the soil, which are used for anchorage to the soil and absorption of minerals and water from the soil as well. Now, during young age, the male and female gametangia are just scattered all around the gametophyte. But when it comes to the mature gametophyte has archegonia on the anterior end near to the notch, and have antheridia on the posterior end scattered among the rhizoids. As a result of which, these this is where it is arranged out. Apart from which, when antheridia needs to when antheridia releases the antherozoids or spermatozoids, these are released from the posterior side, and they travel from the posterior end towards the anterior end the towards the to, towards anterior end towards the anterior end, where there is the notch present, we it goes towards the archegonia. And within the archegonia, as it goes within the archegonia, it goes and undergoes further fertilization, right? So as a result of fertilization, it causes to produce zygote, which further undergoes repetitive mitotic division, in which new sporophyte is present, which is still dependent. The young sporophyte is still dependent on gametophyte, but as it matures, it becomes independent of gametophyte. So in this sense, this is how the life cycle occurs of the entire plant. That's all about it. Hopefully, we'll meet again another video.